I don't want to give any secrets out. Oh, fuck. Don't get me started with that. All the people who comment on my posts that say dumb shit, they're all poor. Like, if you use ChatGPT and you call yourself a marketer, you're actually an idiot. A bunch of guys moaning. Oh, God. Did you see that video? And it's like, dude, it's just so hard to date women with all the shit that I have online. That's actually the problem. And I did that shit to myself.
Onlyfans account. OnlyFans account.
Yeah, like, dude, that's another thing,
what
too.
What the fuck is this? I'm too old for this stuff. But
what the yeah, you
fuck
are.
Is
and
this?
Also, don't have her catch you on that shit.
So, Jason, I want to talk to you today a lot about marketing, ads, money, all that stuff. Okay. I want to do this podcast as valuable as possible. Okay. I want to bring value to the audience. Let's deep right into it.
Okay.
Let's start from this. What's the easiest thing to sell right now on the internet? Is it physical stuff, courses, mentorship?
It's probably digital products.
Just digital products?
Yeah, like all like low ticket digital products.
Why
like
low ticket?
Because it's easier to sell somebody like a $17 or $27 course than it is to sell like a $1,000 course through a book call. Like a lot of people have a problem with that, where it's like you're trying to book a call to sell a $1,000 course, or you're running something to like a webinar or like a VSL funnel, and it's going to like a video where they watch, and then they would get sold on like a $9.97. You've probably seen those on the internet, like $9.97, $4.97. It's hard to sell through a landing page.
Yes.
So like my whole methodology and what I've been doing a lot with my clients is that we just sell like a $27 product, $37, and then we have upsells that will lead them to spend $200 plus. Then they can book a call and buy more stuff.
So you're all about LTV, lifetime value.
Mm-hmm.
So if you sell, for instance, for $17 something, some kind of a course, a video, and etc. So what's the price for the lead?
For a low ticket?
Yes.
I mean,
for those $17.
It really depends. Like you're paying more for a customer on that, but you're self-liquidating. So it's like if you were to run a regular book call funnel, you'll spend, let's say you spent $500 for the day and you wanted to get people on your calendar to book. You don't make any of the money back until tomorrow when you actually have the calls. Yes. But with low ticket, you spend the $500 and you might get 10, 20 people to buy a $17, $27 to where half of your ad spend's liquidated. And then the other half, you have to make up for it on the phone or calling the leads who didn't book a call. So the whole self-liquidation thing is just like very overlooked in the industry because people are like, oh, I just want high ticket people. Like sometimes you have to lead them into a ladder. It's easier to sell people when you give them a quick win or a little tease of what you do than to just try to sell them everything up front.
So $17 and then you kind of selling more and more and more.
Yeah, and then at the end of the funnel, it's like, hey, congrats, you bought all these things. You're going to get a massive amount of value.
Also, you're selling on via web page.
Yeah.
Just regular.
Yeah. So it's like,
upsell.
hey, you got all this value. There's a calendar below, and also your order confirmation is below too. But if you want us to do this all for you, you can just book a call below. And then they're buying all of it. They're basically paying for the sales call.
Why book calling? Why that?
Because you want to sell them high ticket. Okay, so let me just shoot you an example.
You're doing lead generation to sell a $17 digital
Not just
product.
That, though. No.
But you're still booking a call.
Yeah.
So you're selling by a call.
Basically, yeah. So
Why?
I'm basically having them pay to hop on the phone with us.
How?
Because
they pay shit.
Because they're buying a low ticket product.
But if they don't buy, they get on a call.
If they don't buy, then they can't get on the calendar. The calendar's only at the end of the funnel if they even buy. Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Okay, so
okay, let me just run through a scenario so you can understand this. So, I sell a low ticket starter kit that's $27.
Yes.
After that, there's 4 upsells, right? And then at the end of that, it's like, hey, we're looking for 8 new people this month to work one-on-one with who want us to do it for them. You can book a call below, and then on that calendar are all these qualification questions. Everybody who books a call on that calendar has spent $27 or more.
Yes.
So then they hop on the phone, and then we sell them a $10K product. So we're basically getting them to be activated, and then we're able to sell them on the back end through high ticket.
So $27 is like a filter.
Yeah.
If they're willing to pay at least $27, they're interested.
Yeah, because most high ticket entrepreneurs, they run book call funnels. And like half of them don't even show up. The other half of them aren't even qualified, and 1/3 of them are broke. So now we're like, hey, if you want to spend money and show me that you're committed, then it's going to be a lot more beneficial for the business owner too. So like, it's self-liquidating, and you're still giving them something valuable. Like, dude, if they don't book a call, no hard feelings. They still can use what they bought and get results. It's just that people are lazy. They just want it done for them.
So you sell a product for $27, then you do upsell. So for $27 approximately, what is the price for the lead? $50?
It's about $50-$60 to get a buyer.
$50-$60. Oh man, that's a lot.
But it's self-liquidating.
Yeah.
Would you rather have a buyer or a book call? A buyer.
A buyer.
Buyers, because the thing that like I realize is that people don't vote with their mouths or their actions. They vote with their credit cards. And that's the only thing I'll ever do is like, dude, if you don't want to give me your credit card, then you're not a valued buyer, because that's how you buy stuff. So like, the other thing too is that $27, it's not the only amount that they spend though. There's upsells in there that get their AOV up. Like my AOV, like for example, the $27, I spend about $120 to get a customer, which might sound insane to people.
Yes.
But my AOV, which is my average order value, is 109. So I lose like $11 on every customer. But if I'm getting 100 front-end buyers a day, I'm losing 100 times $11. That's $1,100 I lose on the front end. I'm still able to spend $6-7 grand a day, and then I lose 1,000, and then 15% of those people book a call. So now tomorrow I have 15 book calls for $1,100 technically. So my cost per qualified call literally just got chopped in half. So now those 15 people now want the done for you, and then if I just get one $10,000 sale, it pays for 8 days of me losing money.
Yes.
And that means I have another 8 days with 15 calls each. I have 120 calls. I'm just going to get one person to buy to break even on 120 sales calls.
But do you do those sales calls yourself, or you have a sales team?
No, yeah. I have a sales team.
So your team, or you buy some kind of a workforce?
No. I have a sales team of 7. So we have a sales team of 5 on the phone, 2 in person, and then all 7 of them come to my events. So we got a pretty big sales team because I'm able to feed them calls. Like, I don't only run low ticket too. I also run book call funnels. Like, I'm not against book calls, but I'm only running book calls to retarget people who bought and retarget people who follow me on Instagram and retarget all the people who go to my website and don't take an action. That's who I'm running book calls for.
So I'm originally from Lithuania, right? So we got here only last year. So I do some stuff in Lithuania. I sell books, physical books. I sell audio books, courses, and etc. So I have heard that price of Facebook ads in Europe, especially in Eastern Europe, is like 10 times cheaper than in the US and UK. Is that true?
No, that's really true, yeah.
Like 10 times?
Not 10 times. That's an exaggeration. I would say probably 2 to 3x less.
That's because of competition?
No, I think it's honestly just because of the fact that, honestly, that's a good question. I mean, I think it's because there's not a lot of people who are like selling a crazy amount there. Like the advertising space isn't insane in those countries. In the US, it's the biggest. So when there is, yeah, like you said, there is more competition in the US. That's why that drives the price up. Supply and demand, there's not a lot of demand. In Europe, I mean, I'm not from Europe, so I can't really say, but like just from ad costs, it's way cheaper. Yeah, by far. Like United Kingdom, Australia, Sweden, Norway, Poland, and Italy. Those are like the cheapest countries that I run ads in for my stuff.
Australia.
Dude, yeah. Australia is huge, man. Little do people realize. Yeah, there's a huge market in Australia. Plus, ad costs are cheaper too.
What's the population of Australia? It's a big continent, but they're living
I don't know. Yeah, dude, the population isn't that big.
South and a little bit on the north.
I don't know. I mean, it's got to be at least 50 million.
I want to say 50 million, something like that.
At least, maybe I'm wrong. I probably am.
So how much do you spend a day right now? So for instance, for the last 6 months.
A day, I mean, we've been running a lot of the events right now, so we toned down the ad spend and put it towards events. So we were spending maybe about like 12-ish thousand a day, just depends.
$12,000 a day?
Yeah.
Just for your company?
Yeah. So
what's the threshold?
What's the what?
What's the Facebook threshold for your...
I have unlimited spend because I have an agency account. So, and then now we spend maybe about 6.5 because we toned the ad spend down because now we're running the events every week. So like right between us doing this, I have an event every single week. We're going on tour.
Yeah.
So this was 1 week that we didn't decide to do. The other weeks, dude, I'm going 21 weeks in a row. We just had our last 2 events the last 2 weeks. Next one's West Palm Beach. Then we have Jacksonville. Then we have Atlanta, Georgia. Then we have Austin, Texas, Dallas, Texas, New York. And then we start the cycle again. Tampa, Miami, West Palm Beach, Jacksonville, and we just go up the row.
And year over year, the price goes up. Facebook or Facebook ads, right?
For what?
For everything, for leads. It's like what you were paying 5 years ago.
Oh, dude, five years ago, I would be making probably twice as much money on the same ad spend. Dude, 5 years ago, it was less competitive, and you could run like free plus shipping offers. You know what I'm talking about with like books. You see people that run these book funnels where it's like, hey, just pay the shipping and handling and take the book for free. Yeah. 5 years ago, that's what I ran, but in t-shirt form for a company called Hustle Island. And like now, dude, it's way too hard to run a book funnel like that. You got to have a crap ton of upsells, and you have to have a sales team on the back end to call all the leads so that you can sell them more.
What was behind that thing that you buy a book and pay for the shipping? The shipping was like $20, $15?
Now it's like $7. But like, it depends
They
on
were upselling. That's the whole point.
That's all they're doing, yeah.
Just to get your email, your phone. They
Well, also
call you.
because you're getting something tangible. Like if you buy a book and you're willing to read a book, odds are you're actually a better buyer. Like if you just buy like a video course, you could just let that thing just sit at the bottom of your email. But a book comes in person. So like you have to let it sit in your home. So that's why people
It sticks on the bookshelf. That's it.
It just sits. But dude, here's the thing though, is that it's actually tangible though. Like I would rather have somebody give me $8 for a book than $27 for a course.
Really?
Oh hell yeah.
Even if the book would cost itself $8.
Yeah. Because the book, like dude, the course, 95% of them aren't even going to open it. The book, they actually touch.
Okay, so have you ever wondered why do people buy courses and don't even turn them on? Why don't they watch it?
Because it's all just shiny object syndrome. That's all it is. You know what I mean by that?
But it's not tangible, just like you're saying. It's a video course. It's something. Just
it's because
a link on
it's the same thing with books too. People will buy a book, they get it, and then they just feel good about it. Like they'll go to Barnes and Noble, they'll buy a book, and they're holding, and they're like, "Yeah, like I'm so excited to read this." Dude, they don't even read it because they're just lazy. Like that's why people buy courses, don't open it because it requires work. So like,
at least watching it.
I mean, dude, anything to people requires work now. That's why the 1%'s the 1%. Like you can't expect. See, dude, the funny thing is like, there's people online who are like, yo, like, why am I not being successful? Why am I not making money? Dude, it's all about who's willing to stick around long enough to get a W. Like, no one wants to just no one wants to do a little bit of work to get a result. And then, like, they'll hate on people like me and be like, oh, like, you're just showing off. You're doing this and this. I'm like, dude, I decided to do things that you don't want to do. That's all the game is, dude. You have to do things that other people don't want to do, and you will win. That's it.
But don't you feel like the distinction between, for instance, those who do and those who do shit is huge, right? So those who work out and don't, those who go to, for instance, go to some conferences and those who don't, those who are concerned about their health and don't, those who earn money and those who are very poor. And so distinction between them is huge, and it's getting only bigger and bigger with every year.
Well, yeah, and it's because of all the other things in the world, dude. Like politics and all these things. They just bring out the worst in people.
It's polarizing as hell.
It's not just that, but like it's about someone's actions. Like there's a great example about this. Okay, I don't know if you're into this stuff, but I'm just gonna bring it up. Which is, you know, those people who, when someone's running for president, they go outside and hold a sign.
Yeah.
Okay, and they're like, "Yo, vote for this person." Like, dude, half of those people, not even half, 90% of them
Don't vote themselves.
don't even want to vote for themselves. And number two is, dude, they did a study on this. They did a study with I think it was 230,000 people who go to rallies, and they interviewed them. Bro, 93% of them were the lowest income bracket. Why do you think that is? Because they're so busy voting for everybody else because they think that they're going to save them from their poverty or lack of knowledge, lack of access, lack of integrity. Because most people who are broke, dude, it's because they're just lying to other people and themselves on why they can't do something. Like, the way you do one thing is the way you do another. And that's where it really stems from. But, like, dude, you're willing to go out and vote for other people. Dude, vote for yourself. Like my whole life I've been voting for myself. I vote for the people around me. Like that's what being a leader is. Like we want to vote for leaders, but we don't be leaders in our own household. Like dude, it's crazy.
That's crazy.
And that's why it's easy to do. When you brought up before, you were like, oh, like, you know, how some people hate on my content. It's because it's easy to say that through a camera. It's easy to go online and just type, right? Like, because you get to sit behind the camera and you get to say whatever you want. There's no consequence.
I've got a question. So when was the last time you were broke? Like broke?
Last time I was broke. Damn, I hate thinking about that. It was probably in 2018.
So it was 5 to 6 years ago. Do you remember that time?
Yeah, I remember that time.
That's not easy.
No,
Because
it's
all
not
you can
easy.
think of is making money. How to make money.
I was
don't
working,
do shit, but
yeah,
you
I was
always
working
think
3
of-
jobs. I was doing 3
That's very
jobs
hard.
all part-time, and I was going to school. And it was tough, dude. And you know what's crazy is that whole time that I was broke, I had jobs, but I was still broke because I equated working harder to making more. Like I was going 4 hours at a financial firm, then I was doing 4 hours at New York Life, and then I did 3 hours at Staples. And then I went to tennis practice, and then I went home. And that's what I did every single day for like 3 years straight.
You know, there is a saying, so being broke is hard and becoming rich is hard as well. So you choose your hard. But that's so true. To earn money is not that easy. It's hard.
Yeah.
But being broke is hard as hell. Mentally, it's devastating.
Well, also it's like this. I think it's all, like I said this on a podcast yesterday. I was on when I was in Phoenix. Is I think people like being broke. You
Why?
want to know why? Because they like the attention that it gets them. They like
That's victim mentality.
Oh yeah, but they like going to their friends and being like, "Hey, I'm broke. Like money's been so tight. I'm trying my best. My daughter's barely surviving. Like I'm doing my best." They like the sympathy from other people. If they decide to not be broke anymore, they now have to go all in on themselves and they lose the attention from all the people around them. Dude, people really enjoy that. Like when you're broke, I have friends who are broke. They're like, "Oh, dude, it's so tight. Like, you know, I'm trying my best for my daughter. You know, my girlfriend left me, all these things." Like they love the attention because then you, if you're listening, you're like, "Yeah, you know, it's going to be okay. It's going to be all okay." But dude, it's not. It's not going to be okay because nothing's going to change unless you change. I truly believe that people like being broke. I think it's a real thing. Because all the sympathy that they get from everybody else is from everybody else who's broke. It's like this circle of influence. And then if they decide to get rich, what are they saying no to? They're saying no to all the friends that are broke when they still appreciate the actual sympathy and the emotional attachment.
Yeah, but when 4 years ago everyone was locked down in their homes, they were printing money, they were giving away the money. So they were just saying like, it's good to be broke. We're going to take care of you, which is not.
Yeah.
But they were given the money. What did they do? Spend the money on the dumb shit. And the dumb shit, I mean, it's like
Dude, did
not
you
just
see what
an
happened
iPhone.
on?
It was
Did you see what
Louis
happened on like
Vuitton.
Black Friday? When all those checks came out, Black Friday has like its biggest day ever in history. Amazon had their biggest sales day after they gave all the checks away.
That's what they bought.
Yeah, they just bought stupid shit. They bought a new iPhone, new TV, maybe some
That's
iPad.
not the stupidest shit. The stupidest shit is like sneakers, Louis Vuitton.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
the stupidest
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Gucci, all that stuff.
Dude, I was just driving down Rodeo Drive before, and bro, everybody's just like in this fucking fantasy land.
Oh, you mean the lines?
Yeah, like the lines and like everybody's wearing these big sunglasses don't even fit their face just because it says Gucci on the side. It's like, who cares, dude?
And they bought it not with their own money.
Like the only thing that I will buy are things that are actually valuable, that don't go down in value. Like I'm a big fan of watches. I'm a big fan of like collectors, like sports cards. I do a lot of memorabilia, things that hold assets.
Yes.
But like,
Which appreciate, not depreciate.
Yeah,
Once you
dude.
buy those fucking sneakers, that's it. You're done.
yeah.
You're gonna sell it to the other idiot that needs that stuff and can't pay for the full price.
Yeah.
You're gonna do
the only way that I
50%
would
off.
condone like buying sneakers and stuff is if you do like a flipping business, if you flip them. So let's say you buy them off the Nike app for $120 and you flip them for $200. Like some people, no.
1% of them?
1% of them
Even
do
less.
that. But like $80 to those people is a lot of money, man.
$80.
$80 is a lot to people. If I walked down the street in any area and I was like, give me $80, Not everyone's going to give me $80.
For what?
Just for shits and giggles. Like, dude, if you came up to me after $80, I'll give you $80. I don't care. It's all about the mindset and like what people evaluate the $80 as. Because, dude, I would pay you $80 just to stop bothering me.
So $80 is not that easy to earn right now, but it's easy to spend, and you get almost shit for $80.
Dude, think about every new video game that comes out. $80. Think about going to the movie theater now. I don't know if you guys go to the movies, but like you get 2 tickets, popcorn, and a drink. Dude, it's $60, $70.
Yes.
It's easy to spend $80. Yeah.
UFC pay-per-view, $80.
Yeah, dude.
That's
It's insane.
It's nothing. But try earning those $80. It's not that easy. It's not that easy.
Yeah.
So should the people that live in Europe, or at least in Eastern Europe, should be they happy for what they pay for Facebook ads because they're so much cheaper?
Oh, hell yeah. Dude, if I lived in Europe right now, I'd be killing the game with ads. You know what's interesting, dude, is that there's an advertiser called Sabri Subi. You might know who that is.
No.
He has a huge digital agency in Australia, and he runs a ton of book funnels. He has a book, and he changed all of his ads from application funnel to book. And, dude, he's crushing it with his book right now. Like, all the ads go straight to a book funnel, and then his sales team calls them, and then they sell them advertising services. And he's crushing it because all the advertising dollars are in Australia.
And the book is about marketing.
The book's about marketing. So if you buy it, you're looking to get better at marketing, which means you got to be a business owner or a freelancer. So you're buying something else. Like my book, I haven't fully gotten it physical yet, but like I'm doing pre-orders and like I'm doing it at a $7.95 free plus shipping funnel. I get about 2 people a day who buy it organically. And those book buyers, they're booking calls and they're better quality people because they bought a book.
So are you interested in customers and clients that not only paid you the money, but got the results? What would you choose? 100 that just paid and didn't even watch your courses? Or 10 that paid,
10 that got results, yeah.
And got results because of the testimonials?
Well, not just that, because they're going to have a higher lifetime value. Like if I get you results with a $27 product and there's 10 of them that got massive results, who are they going to pay to continue the success? Us.
Yes.
With 100 people that don't do anything with it, maybe 3 to 5 of those people will buy from us. And those 3 to 5 won't even be massively qualified because they never got results yet. So now we have to teach them the behavior, spending money on ads and testing and all this stuff. But the 10 people who bought and got results, they know the value of spending money. So I don't have to teach them anything. I just have to keep running their ads and they could just be the same person that they are. And they won't be a headache in the back end for the fulfillment piece.
Do you know how to convince customers just to watch the course? Award system, diplomas.
See, here's my interesting methodology behind that, is that I don't want to have to convince you. Because then I'm like being manipulative. If I have to convince you to watch a course to make money, then I have to manipulate you to change your beliefs. And I think that's wrong. Like I think that if someone's that passionate about it, they'll watch it themselves. Like, dude, we send texts and emails. I have a lot of followers. They should see something to implore them to take an action. But they don't because they still don't know anything about themselves or self-identity, where their time best fits, dude. Some people think that they're working hard, but they're working wrong. Like, they're working hard in the wrong areas. So it's like, I can't teach behavioral change. Also, a big thing, dude, over my journey is that I just can't convince everybody and please everybody. That's exhausting. So
that's exhausting.
Yeah,
that's impossible to do.
Oh, impossible. And it's like, I just want people to buy something that they know is valuable. And if they use it, they use it. If they don't use it, then don't complain while you're broke. That's my only thing with that.
Do you agree with the statement that if you want to change, you just have to hit the rock bottom? If you didn't do that, you're not going to change.
I mean, dude, the crazy thing for me is that I never had a rock bottom.
You were broke. You were
but that's not
jobs.
Rock bottom. I'm thinking like in your car homeless shit when I think about rock bottom, or like your parents kick you out at 16, or like something crazy happens. Like rock bottom's going bankrupt and losing your job and like getting evicted from your apartment. That's what I associate with like rock bottom. You know what I mean? Like my motivation for doing the things that I do now is just premise out the fact that I wanted a better life. Like, I was tired of my parents complaining about $20, $30, $10. Like, dude, that shit's annoying.
Right now it's $80. $20 $20 is now it's $80.
Dude, it's nuts. And it's like going out to eat, right?
Have you ever been in a restaurant with a girl? It's $100 for sure.
Dude.
Where did you get those $100? That's a lot.
It is,
$100.
I haven't been on a date in so long. That's the crazy part.
What do you do?
Dude, I have a 3-date rule.
What's that?
Oh my God. So like, if I go out with any new girl, I will give them 3 dates to at least pay for something. And if they don't, then I just cut it.
Give me an example.
Like, if I take you to dinner and we get ice cream, you can't pay $10 for ice cream. You can't just, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we go to the movie, get the popcorn.
Do you give a hint? Like
Not a hint, dude. I actually just look for human decency. Like, I understand a guy has to provide and protect, but like, I don't want to have myself being taken advantage of.
Hey, the women, they voted for this. They wanted this.
Oh, yeah, they did.
They started this. We pay 50-50. That's a split. So almost everything that feminists do, it benefits us, the guys.
And some of them will say, oh, well, I earn my own money. I don't need a man.
Amazing.
Every woman needs a man, regardless what they think or not.
Just like we need the women.
Yeah.
That's impossible. You know?
And dude, it's supposed to be this thing where, you know, dude, I get it. Like, it's not 50-50 every single day. Some days it's 80-20 you, and some days it's 70-30 you. But dude, at some points in our lives, like, it's got to be 60-40 them and 70-30 them too. Like, they have to carry some type of load too. Like, dude, it's hard being a man and trying to juggle all the things that society throws at you.
Yeah.
Like, all the trauma and all the emotions that we have building a business and trying to have a family and trying to provide for our kids. Like, dude, you know, I'd be fucking damned not to fight for things that I want. Like, dude, it's stressful. Like, I'm not saying women don't have a hard life, but like, women don't realize that men go through a ton of shit internally, and we try to hold it all in because we're supposed to be like this masculine being. Like, we hold it all in, and we just put it on our shoulders, and we eat it, and we just, dude, we don't want to show our emotions. We're not emotional beings.
And then people are surprised why there are so many suicides amongst men.
Yeah.
Suicides,
because we're
drugs,
carrying on
alcohol.
the loads. Dude, all the things that we build, all those buildings that go up, it's not women. All the construction, it's not women. All the, like, dude, to keep the infrastructure of our world together is fucking tough.
Yes.
And it's mostly done by men. Like, women do help. But men are the ones with their bare hands doing all the shit.
But what we need is
that emotional balance.
Don't bash us. Don't say that white males is what.
Like, some people will hate that I do that 3-date thing. Like, oh, well, you asked her to go, so you have to pay for it. Like, that's just like a stupid way of like trying to manipulate what I just said. Like, they'll say that. They'll say, oh, well, of course. You asked her to go, so you're going to treat her. Like, yeah, the first date, I don't mind paying. Yeah. And even if you did offer, I would deny it.
That's all you need.
At least try, though. Like, don't just sit there and when the bill comes, you all of a sudden have something wrong with your hair.
Yeah.
Like, just like act like a human. Like, it's okay. I'm going to deny you. I'll pay, but at least try.
What's the intention of you going on a date? To build a family? Or just to
mean, dude, I'm getting to that age where I got to figure out where the hell I stand.
How old are you?
26.
So it depends on what's like, the motive behind the dating.
The motive is to, dude, I'm a big fan of like quantity, not for sleeping around, but quantity is like, if I'm going to find the right girl, I just got to taste a lot and see what I like and see what I don't like.
Why not? Yeah.
Like, it's not about just hooking up and stuff. It's about, like, what do I actually look for in a woman that I can see myself actually being around a lot with, like, long term?
So you're 26.
Like how old are you now?
36.
36. How many girls did it take you, even talking to land this one?
Oh, man, you're going to be surprised.
What?
So this is my wife. We've been married for almost 8 years, but we're together for 14.
Dude, that's crazy.
You know
Good
why?
For you, bro.
Because once I was 18 to 19 years old, I realized one thing. So there are some gaps that I have to fill in life. So money, career, sports, health, and of course, relationship. I realized the moment I fill this gap with relationship, once I have a loving and loved woman by my side, I'm good. I can spend more energy on making money, all that stuff, business, careers, etc. So that's what I did. I had only 2 relationships in my life. The first one was, I want to say, a year and a half. Then after a breakup, I met my wife after a year, I want to say. And now we're almost 15 years together.
Dude, that's awesome.
I don't need any of that stuff. I don't have a headache, you know?
Yeah. See, for some people, like, it's not like that. It's a lot harder. Like, I don't know, dude. Like, even today, I'm in the airport. I'm texting. I'm talking to this one girl right now, and she's like, "Yeah, like let's go to Sedona." And I'm like, "Okay, like we can talk about it, but like we've only been on 2 dates. Like, why are we planning a trip?" And I was like, "Okay, like we'll talk about it. Like, you want to get dinner on Monday?" And she's like, "Oh, well, I'm going to Colombia in 2 weeks. You want to go to Colombia?" I'm like, "No." What? Dude, it's like, because I already know what their angle is. Their angle is like, oh, we're going to go and you're going to pay for it. And it's like, dude, it's just so hard to date women with all the shit that I have online. That's actually the problem. And I did that shit to myself. Like, dating women now is so tough for me, dude, because every single time they always ask, like, what's your IG? Do you have social media? Do you have Facebook? And obviously I'm not going to send them a fake profile. So I send it to them, and then all of a sudden they're more excited. And that's the problem, dude. It honestly sucks. It's so bad. Like, my private life is so, like, I feel like it's so, like, interrupted from noise that I can't even control.
Go low-key on social media.
I mean, dude, it just builds our business so fast, though. That's the only problem with it. It's like, okay, because that's the thing, too. Like, with the point in my life that I'm at, I'm a leader to 52 other people. If I decide to tone down social media, they're all going to make less, and they're going to be pissed. And I can't be the leader that I am in my business that I want to be. Because now I have 52 other people's families to feed. So it's like, if I don't do a certain thing, I'm letting all these other people down. And are those 52 people more important than, like, finding love? Honestly, right now, yeah. Way more important, because I don't want to let those people down. Especially when I took an oath to make sure that they were okay.
So I had a guy last summer, so we were doing podcasts. So I want to say he's 38 to 40 years old. Good looking guy, single. And I was asking him, like, he was living in Chicago. Then he moved here, I want to say 15 years ago, 10 years ago. And he was like, it's almost impossible to meet a decent woman right here in LA. I'm like, why? They're just chasing money. They're just fucking chasing money.
I'm not shocked. I mean, especially with all the stuff here, dude. I mean, Beverly Hills, Rodeo Drive. I mean, it's just like...
That's a fantasy world. That's not the real world.
Yeah, Los Angeles, though, was like a huge influencer city. So many influencers and personalities and YouTubers and TikTokers and all that stuff is here, man. It's like, I mean, I'm not going to throw a label on a city, but like, I do see his point. But there's still going to be good women in big batches. You just got to sift through them, dude. Like... That's it.
What do you do right now? So I wasn't on the market for 15 years, so I have no idea, right? So the last time I was on the market, that was 2008. So that was Facebook, early Facebook. That's where we used to hang out, right back then. So what's now? Tinder? What's the best app?
There are dating apps like that, but like, dude,
do they work?
I don't use that stuff. Because those are all just like, you swipe, and it's all dopamine, dude. It's all dopamine, and it's all hookups. That's all it is.
So once in a while, I go to my Instagram and I go to explore page, right? And I watch through some photos, and I want to say 10%, 20%, maybe a bit more. So you see a good-looking girl, pretty woman, right? And once you go to the bio and see OnlyFans account.
Yeah, like, dude, that's another thing,
what
too.
What the fuck is this? I'm too old for this stuff, but
you are. And also, don't have her catch you on that shit.
And they're making a lot of money. Like, a lot. Dozens of thousands of dollars.
There's this girl, Karen, and she's making $1 million a month with a $7 a month subscription. Talk about a check. $1 million a month, yeah. And she just posts one picture a day. Obviously, those pictures are not for everybody's eyes.
But why? Why would you pay $7 for that? You can do this for free. You can find it for free.
Bro, people will do that because they have an emotional attachment into seeing curiosity. The reason why she's making that money is not because they want to see her. They just want to see her once. It's curiosity. When you put a lock on something, that you know should be yours, you want to open it. So $7, everybody's got $7. So you go to the page, you're like, oh, there's a lock. I can't see her. They pay the $7 and now you can see her. So you feel like you did something correct.
So blurred, unblurred. That's it. $7.
$7 a month.
Subscription, a month.
Yeah, a month.
There's nothing new. Just like vagina is a vagina.
Yeah, but you can pay.
Glutes are glutes.
You could pay for other stuff too.
You can find it online for free, bro.
I know, but dude, they see her and everybody talks about her. So all the like camaraderie makes people go and be like, hey, I want to buy that now because all my friends probably got it and I don't want to ask them for their login, so I got to get my own. Like, dude, it's so weird.
A photo? Video?
Yeah, but that shows you where men's heads are at. And that's where I see the other side of like the women's point is that, oh, well, I can't find a good guy.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And I see why, because men are distracted, number one. Number two is like they don't even know who they are. And number three is until they know who they are and what they make, they don't know who they are and they can't give themselves up to a woman. The whole distraction part is if they find something that's good, they can also find something that's better. So if men go out and find a girl that they really like, they see another girl walking down the street and they tilt their head and they look to see if she's nicer. And they always want to go to the next shiny thing, dude, because social media made men that way. It's all shiny object syndrome.
So it's
like if you're in a relationship, like, you know, you're a lot older, but like for kids my age, young adults, young men, even if they're in a relationship, they can't sit there and tell me that they never looked at another woman walking down the street.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that, but that is the same shit that they're doing with this OF stuff and watching videos on the internet and watching booty clips and all these weird things, dude. They're doing it to themselves.
So the problem is supply or demand, in your opinion?
I think it's actually a combination of both.
It's like chicken and egg?
Because, like, yeah, dude, this whole, like, Tate masculinity movement has happened and men want to be more masculine. They want to hit the gym more, all this stuff. But, dude, now men are too masculine to the point where they're like, oh, well, I have options now because I'm strong. I have options now because I have money. So I don't need women. And then women are doing the same thing.
Yes.
Well, we're pretty, we're beautiful, we do this, we do that. We don't need a man. So it's actually a balance that cancels itself out. Like, until we kind of take a step back and drop our egos, nothing's going to change. The world's going to be the way that it is. It's still going to be fucked up.
But the Tate phenomenon wouldn't appear if the other side wouldn't be so brash about it.
It's because they want to be a part of a conversation. That's just controversy. If he makes those points and there's no other side conflicting, no one cares.
Mm-hmm.
There has to be another side bickering back so that he has the fuel to make more videos. That's all it is. There would be no such thing as politics if there was only one side. It would just be, yo, he's the guy. But politics do well because there's two sides.
So there are two sides, but there is one side that you shouldn't ever implement in your country. Socialism,
yeah, you shouldn't, but people still do it anyway. Because, dude,
read the fucking history books. What regime killed the most human beings on planet Earth? Communists did. More than 50 million people. Their own people. Stalin was killing their own Russians.
This goes back to
Mao
curiosity.
doing the Chinese.
This goes back to curiosity. Like, why are we still going to vote for that? Because we just want to see what that... We just want to... You know that whole quote, fuck around and find out? We just want to fuck around and find out. Because the whole...
So lift your two fingers and stick it to the power outlet. If you're so curious. Do that.
Dude, this is mental health, though, at its finest. This is why the world's so fucked up.
So you chop your dick off just because you're curious? What's on the other side?
I mean, you could do that, but then it's
People
like...
do that.
Oh, well, they do that, but I don't know if it's curiosity. I don't know a lot about that, but like... There's only two genders. Regardless of what anybody says. There's only two. And it's like, whatever people want to do, though, that doesn't interest me because that's a distraction.
That's a distraction.
That's a distraction from the shit that you have to focus on. So it's like, oh, these people are doing this to their bodies, dude. Like, they could do that, and they're not going to be really happy about it. Or if they are happy, like, dude, so be it. But, like, be happy about where you are. And that's the problem, dude, is that all these things are happening in the world. This girl's doing an OF. This guy's running for, like, it's all distractions. And the people who are getting the most successful, who are able to just focus and dial in on one thing. I do one thing really, really well, and I don't want to do anything else. I don't want this stupid subscription. I don't want this stupid picture. I don't want all these things going on in my life. And that is, I think, what being a real high-value man is, or a high-value woman. It's just being able to focus on one thing. And like as you go along your path, all those things you're going to be desensitized from because you're so focused that then you can actually find your other half. So that's my true belief is that, yeah, dude, dating's hard for me, but like if I just keep focus on this path, at some point, dude, I'm going to run across the girl that I want to be with. At some point.
If you meet a girl tomorrow, would you marry her in a year?
In a year? I mean, probably not a year. I'd probably wait. Because this is my methodology around getting married is that, dude, if I date somebody for a year, half of that's the honeymoon phase. Let's be honest. Mm-hmm. Half it's the honeymoon phase. The other 6 months are where you start to really get like the icks.
You start farting.
Yeah. And then after a year, someone folds and wants to move in together. Then you move in, and then if that goes well, then travel with them. Like, dude, there's so many things you have to do with somebody before you marry them. You got to know how to, like, can you live with them? Can you travel with them? And like, you know, is the sex good? Like all these things that people sometimes don't explore. Like I've had friends who get married way too fast, and I'm like, dude, I would never. And then they go drop $100,000 on a wedding and all this stuff, and I'm like, dude, you guys don't really know.
$100,000?
Bro, weddings are stupid expensive. Yeah, man.
Do they do that with credit cards? In Lithuania, there is such thing.
You could pay for $100,000 with a credit card.
They take loans for a wedding. In Lithuania.
See, that's the thing too is I see a lot of people who do that. They'll get like a mortgage for their wedding.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, that's
you're gonna divorce faster than you're gonna pay that
you're
off.
Gonna divorce. I don't know. It's just like, dude, 53% of marriages get a divorce. So if you look at the numbers,
that's crazy.
You have a 50-50 shot.
50
flip of a coin to say fuck all the money that you just spent all the time. I think you should have parameters before you get married with somebody. Like I just. Also, there's people who get married and they had kids before they got married together. That's a tough situation. Where like you're not even married yet, but you have a kid. And I feel like sometimes that happens either by just straight up mistakes, like obviously that's just human error. The second thing is like maybe like some women really want to get pregnant so that they can lock a guy down.
They will never do that.
What?
They will never lock a guy with getting a kid.
Yeah, but they're trying to mentally sway the guy into thinking that, yo, this is it. Like, we're about to have a kid. So you got to become the man that I need you to become. And then the guy intrinsically is like, oh, shit, I have all this stuff going on. Like, you can't be the one to tell me that if a guy got a girl pregnant, he's just going to run away.
Who, me?
Just anyone. You think that's good?
No.
Yeah, that's terrible.
That's of course.
But women
for the kid, it's terrible.
Yeah, but women are like, hey, if I get pregnant, this guy can't leave. That's a real thing.
So sex is 50-50. Use a condom. If she's saying that she's taking some pills.
People aren't that smart though.
Oh, really? Just to get a condom on your dick? You have to be smart to get a condom on your dick? We're doomed. We're fucked. If that's the point, we're fucked.
I mean, dude,
as a humanity.
This is just human nature, though. Like, dude, you could tell somebody, hey, look both ways when you cross the road. They still don't look both ways. Don't text and drive or you'll get in a car accident. People still text and drive. Don't drink and drive. People still drink and drive. They only change once there's trauma. Like, people only learn from trauma. So unless,
that's my point.
Yeah, unless they go through some shit. Yeah, unless they go through some shit, then they'll go do it. But some people still don't learn. Like, let's say you were a kid and you went to jail for something really bad. Some people get out and they still do shit again. Like, dude, it's so hard to get humans to actually just listen. Like, it's so difficult because you know what's good for them and they know the answer. But they don't want to do it anyway because it's hard. It requires work. It requires effort. It requires being a different person and being open to change and all these things that people don't want to do.
Tell me about your family. Mother, father?
What about them?
So you were raised with a dad, with a mom?
I was closer to my dad for sure. So my mom's side is Italian. My dad's side's Polish. Okay. They have been married for over 25 years now, I think.
So dad taught you some man stuff, right?
Yeah.
So if your dad was one of those guys who doesn't like condoms, right? So he had you, so your mom would be pregnant, he would say, buy 20-25% alimony is no problem. You would be way different than you are right now.
Yeah.
Just because of father figure. That's who teach boys how to become men, and then fathers teach daughters how to have a high value of them, how to value yourself, and not to get hookups every night, not to get with some idiots.
But dude,
So the father figure is super important.
That's all dopamine. Like women enjoy that, regardless.
What
of,
exactly? Sex? They don't enjoy it like us because they have orgasms like 10% maybe that men get.
Or they just fake it to make the guy feel good. That's a real thing, by the way.
And what about them? So
what about them?
They feel good because they faked enough so the guy fell into it? How about yourself getting an orgasm?
Whatever they're into, dude. Like, that's the thing. Dude, people are into weird shit these days, bro. I don't know what the hell the world's up to. See, that's the crazy part, dude. When I talk about things like this, I'm not really in the know of it. Because I'm so busy being a person of, like, path and purpose that I have no clue about this.
Just listen to the songs. Watch the movies. Listen.
Oh, yeah. All the rap songs and stuff? Oh, yeah, dude. All that stuff is... it's
Pop
all
songs,
infectious. Yeah.
It's all about independent, amazing women that don't need men. They can raise their children on their own. That's all they need.
Yeah.
Which is not. So the same thing with the fatherlessness is because 30 to 40 years ago, this trend was happening. So fathers were absent. This is what we get right now, right? So the same thing, we're going to see the results of Onlyfans only in 20 years.
Yeah.
And those women that say we don't need any men, we don't need any children, child-free, that's the biggest scam in life. But if they say that child-free is amazing, the result they're going to feel is when they're 50 to 60. Maybe I want to have a kid. Oops, sorry, that's it. It's too late. Your body says, I'm sorry. We're just going to wait for a decade or 2 decades.
Yeah, I mean, dude, like, I think that there's a reason why there's such a big spread in the world, like 99% versus the 1%. And it's just because, like, the 1% just cracked all the shit that everybody else is too distracted by.
So I have a friend of mine, so he lives in Lithuania, right? So he makes decent money. So in Lithuania, if you make $10,000 a month, you're a king, right? So he makes a few million a year. And he told me once, so he's very active on social media with the politics, all that stuff, right? And I was asking, why are you doing this? You could live an ordinary life, a good life, because you earn a lot of money, right? He's 42, 43 years old. And he was saying, he told me one thing. He said, why would I want to live in a country where I am the millionaire and all others are just poor? And it clicked me. I wouldn't wanted that either. Why would I want to be the richest guy in the neighborhood?
Because then you have all that baggage on your shoulders. Everybody's just staring at you all day. And you're getting all the attention. And you're not helping other people win either.
Yeah, and what's the point of being the smartest kid in the room?
You want to be
learn shit.
Yeah, you want to be the stupidest one in the room. Yeah.
Or at least average in that room. Someone's smarter, someone's not that smart, but you exchange the ideas. You can generate some idea. You can generate money. You can generate something, some good, some value for the whole world. But if you're the smartest, if you're the richest, what's the point of that? Okay, let's get back to the marketing. So, what's the best ad marketplace in 2024? Google, Facebook, Instagram.
I mean,
TikTok.
Facebook and Instagram is still the best.
Yeah, but there are some differences, right?
There are. I mean, if you want to run like low ticket or physical like e-com products, then like TikTok's huge, and Facebook and IG. If you're running like high ticket services like coaching, YouTube ads are very good for that. If you're running local services like brick and mortar, home service businesses, Google's really great. And then also a combination of Facebook and IG. But like usually when I'm running ads, I only focus on Facebook and Instagram first as that proof of concept. Then I go to other platforms.
The niche in 2024 where you wouldn't ever go to.
The niche I would never go to. Dude, that's a good question. Life coaches.
Why? It's too wide?
It's just, I don't even know what the hell it even means. I had somebody who came to my event 2 weeks ago, and she was a very nice lady, and she was like, I'm a life coach.
What's that?
I was like, what the fuck does that even mean?
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I help people like get past their traumas. And I'm like, what does that even mean? Like, the whole life coach thing started because of Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins created this sphere of just like, oh, just help people with their problems and they'll give you money. Or therapists. Like, dude.
But Tony Robbins is just a dopamine. You go to an event, you feel great.
Oh, of course, bro. But like the stuff that he has to say though is all psychologically prone. It's all like, if I speak to them a certain way, they're going to keep buying my shit.
Yes.
Which is marketing.
That's a masterpiece. So his speech is a masterpiece.
He's very good, but these people coming out of nowhere who are like no-named life coaches, like no one knows who you are. And like, I hate to say this, but like, dude, you're kind of selling Fugazi. It's just like fucking pixie dust in the air. You got to have a unique mechanism when you're selling. Like, what is it exactly that you do? Like, if you said to me, I help you like remove your childhood traumas by going through some type of ancestral thing. Now it's a little bit more unique. You're not just this like fucking life coach. You got to go deeper in the specificity of what the hell you're even doing. Or maybe you help parents with kids who are very rebellious. Or you help people who are on the verge of divorce. Like, do something specific so that the world actually knows you do. But don't go and stand there and be like, I'm a life coach. Like, Jesus, you might as well just be homeless. I mean, no one even knows what the hell that means.
So niche down, not wide, but deep.
Yeah, for that kind of niche, yeah.
What else? What's the niche you wouldn't go to?
Another niche I wouldn't touch? CBD. Cannabis. Because I don't know anything about it, and I just don't want to be in a niche where the government's going to regulate how much money I make. Any niche where the government will come in and say, hey, this isn't legal anymore, this is legal, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to be a part of it.
But it was a thing a few years ago, I want to say, 5 years ago?
It was, but like I just don't want to have that on my back and say, yo, I'm trying to build a company to 9-10 figures and I have to think about the government shutting me down. Like advertising will never be canceled. Marketing will never be canceled. But that can be canceled.
What about fitness industry? Do you have any...
Definitely not fitness.
Too much of a competition?
No, I just don't like the gym.
No, I mean with your client. If a client of yours...
Oh, of a client? Yeah, I mean,
an app
that's a good gym. Like, that's a good niche. The only thing is that they got to have a unique selling point. So, like, they can't just say, oh, yeah, it's $8 a month, $9 a month. Like, no one cares. Is it a free personal training session? Then they get upsold in person. Is it a free month for or is it your first month's $1 and then you pay monthly? Like, what is your unique offer when it comes to that? Gyms don't sell only on just, hey, I'm a gym. You got to have a unique proposition.
What's the biggest mistakes that people do running ads?
They just get too emotional.
By running ads? Oh, you mean...
Because they're spending money.
I've spent $50, no result.
I spent $50, I'm not rich yet, and ads don't work now. That's the biggest thing I see, dude. By far.
And
is that they're just too emotional, and they don't know how to just fucking hold themselves together.
So at least 7 to 10 days for testing?
I usually do 5 to 7-ish. Like, you'll know within 5 to 7 days. You'll know if something is a winner or a loser, what to cut, what to scale upon. 5 to 7 days is good. The problem is that people just don't want to fucking wait. They're so impatient. Like, dude, it's so funny because you could say something that simple and be like, hey, just be more patient. And people still don't do it, even though they see somebody else like me who's done it and they were patient and it worked. They just don't want to get over that shit themselves. Like, they're just so emotional, dude. It's insane. I can't tell you enough how many business owners that I've seen over the last 5 years that have failed because they're just so fucking impatient.
Who taught you patience?
Who taught me patience? Honestly, dude, Kobe Bryant.
How so?
Just watching him when I was a kid. I was like, dude, this guy did not get good overnight. And I watched him for about 13 years of his career when I was born. And I watched him win 2 chips. And I watched him win MVP. And I watched him do all these things. Like, dude, that shit didn't happen overnight. And that was a really good role model, like really growing up. Now, there's not a lot of role models out there. Now it's all about money and fame and camaraderie, and it's hard to find somebody who has a lot of grit that does shit. Like when Kobe was a huge reason why I was able to believe in patience. Like nobody was that good at fadeaways that fast. Nobody had that good of footwork that fast. Nobody had that much of an impact on the world. Like, dude, he had more fans in China than other countries. And he played in the fucking U.S. Like, to be able to say
There's just a lot of Chinese in the world.
Yeah, but like, there's not a lot of players that are respected in China. Kobe Bryant has the most jersey sales in China. And he doesn't even play there.
He was not political. He was just, I want to say he was just like an MJ. MJ wasn't a Republican or a Democrat, right? He was playing basketball at its best.
He was just so good. Like, people don't look at the beauty of the sport. They look at the glamour of the fame. And like, dude, the beauty of the sport is the footwork. Like, being majestic when you're shooting and like teamwork and leadership and doing the shit that like sometimes is tough on the court. Like, dude, he played through a fucking Achilles. A torn Achilles. Dude, those are things that you don't find in the world today. You find a bunch of people who just want to get fucking carried off the field and they're a bunch of crybabies.
Or with the flu. Like
that
MJ
too.
did.
So, dude, the world's diminishing and we're losing leaders. We need more leaders than ever. By far. That's the one thing I think the world lacks. It's just a lack of leadership, man.
Who do you follow right now? Name me top 5. That you respect. Like fucking respect.
Who I respect. Damn, that's really tough. Okay, one is Vivek. He was running and he dropped out of the race. I actually really liked that guy. I really did. And it sucks that the world wasn't looking at what he was saying. And
it's just not his time right now.
It's just not his time right now. But like, I think the stuff that he was saying was so valuable, dude. Especially to my generation. He was able to speak to a younger generation. So, Vivek, definitely follow him. 2, Grant Cardone, by far. I think that what he's built, he has the biggest online education business in the entire world. The guys.
People don't realize how big it is.
Dude, people don't realize how much money he brings in and how much influence Grant Cardone has.
And he's 64. He looks like 50 max.
Because he's paying people in the health field to help him. He's paying to play, dude. It's smart. 3, shit, man. 3, this is interesting, but Caitlin Clark.
Who's that?
She is a basketball player in college. She plays for Iowa. And, dude, she's changing, like, the women's sport of basketball forever. Like, women's basketball was never a thing. Like, it was, but it wasn't as big.
Yes.
She's bringing, like, the NBA into it. She's bringing guys into watching it more. She just sold out the NCAA tournament because of all the things that she's doing in the sport.
With her persona?
No, because she's just so fucking good, dude. She's the best women's basketball player that the world has ever seen, by far. So that's number 3. 4? Damn, dude, that's a good question. 4 is Brandon Dawson. Mm-hmm. He works for Grant Cardone, and he is just a systems genius. And then 5 is the Nelk Boys. I'm going to tell you why. Yes, they do dumb shit on the internet, but like, bro, they understand marketing at its finest. Like, they're funny and they're serious at the same time. Like,
they bring a lot of
and that's attention. A mix of like Dana White and all those guys and Tate. Like, they're all in that group, by the way. Like, Tate I follow, but I consume so much content from him already where I'm like, damn, like, what else is there? So, like, the Nelk Boys are a perfect example of a brand that went from straight YouTube, no money, to being worth millions and millions and millions of dollars with the, Happy Dad brand. Like, dude, that shit's genius. They used all the day trading of attention they were doing and then monetized it. Like, it's just so smart, dude. They had the whole world against them. YouTube was shutting their shit down, taking them off the internet.
Because of what? Of Steve?
Because of the videos, dude. Their videos were pretty hilarious. But
pranks?
Like, what?
The pranks?
Yeah, the pranks, all the shit that they would put in the videos, like girls.
So I know those guys only because of Full Send Podcast.
Yeah, that's
I haven't heard of them because of Nelk Boys. They were doing pranks or some other videos.
Dude, they've been around for years, and then they built Happy Dad. And like, dude, I love Happy Dads, by the way. I think they're great. They taste freaking amazing. So, like, those are definitely like top 5, I would say, people that have all. But dude, here's the thing that's like, I don't really consume a lot of content anymore. I'm too busy making it. So it's hard for me to consume. Like, the only time I'll consume is if I'm on a plane, but then I'm too busy working. Working on a client's funnel, or the case may be, or, like, doing my own shit. Like, it's It's hard to consume a lot of content.
What's your vice?
My vice, oh my God. Two things. One is going out on my boat alone. I like that. I like getting alone time. And number two is hookah. I like hookah.
What's that?
Hookah?
Yeah. Oh, hookah. Shisha, you mean?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
And then three would be like definitely my cars.
So you got the MacLaren?
Yeah, and then a Bentley too.
And a Bentley.
Those are, I like to take them out at night and just get my wind in my face and just like have some alone time, dude. I really value like a lot of headspace in my life. Like I like going to places alone. I like going out alone. I like doing things by myself.
Why McLaren? Why not Porsche, Lambo?
McLarens are just more unique. Like, here's the thing that I've always done in my life is when people say don't do something, I do it anyway. Everybody's like, oh, don't buy a McLaren. It's too much of a maintenance shit show. I was like, no, I'm going to buy one because you're too broke to buy one. That's why you're saying that.
Don't cut your dick off.
I mean...
That's very popular. You're going to get a lot of attention, bro.
Oh, my God. And then, like...
I don't think you're going to be happy, but... Attention brings happiness to some people.
Yeah.
To some people.
And, like, also the thing with McLarens, dude, is that they're not like Lambos. Like, rappers rap about Lamborghinis and all these other cars, but no one really talks about McLaren that much. I wanted
crypto industry is all into it.
I wanted it that was more exclusive. Like, what do people not really talk about a bunch? I was like, all right, let's get a McLaren. Like, I want something that's not, like a, obviously I can't afford like a Bugatti or some of these like top line Ferraris that are like 600 grand, 700 grand. That's a little stupid. Like, that's just a dumb amount of money spent.
Yeah, so, but McLaren is what? You bought a new one?
I pay about $270.
New? Brand new?
Yeah, the GT's brand new, and then the Bentley, they're about the same price. They're about $270, and then the Bentley was like $280 with tax. About $500,000 cars.
They depreciate.
But that depreciate. But the Bentley was a write off because the 6,000 pounds.
Pounds? Oh, the weight. Yeah, I got you.
So I used that to write off my taxes, so I didn't pay any taxes.
So Bentley V12 and McLaren is what? V10?
They call it a W12, but it's really just a V8 twin turbo. Mm-hmm. The McLaren's a V10.
What about the watches? How many do you have it?
I just got this one yesterday. And then I just literally got this one. It's a Wimbledon. It's so sick.
No, not
I got it in Scottsdale.
You just went to the Rolex dealer and you bought it?
Yeah, and I was like, fuck it, yeah.
No lines? No queue?
No what?
No, you don't have to wait? No waiting list?
No, I bought the certified pre-owned.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, because the stores right now, they have expedition use only to where you can't just go in the store and buy them. Yeah. I got this at Hyde Park. It's like a boutique that's attached to Rolex in the Scottsdale Mall. So you can still buy certified pre-owned. They give you a box of paper, so it's fine. I also like Omegas. So I have 2 Omegas and then just this.
You're new into watches?
I mean, I've been into watches for a while. I just never collected them. But
that's a game.
Oh, yeah. But I don't want to get into that. Like, that's when you start spending stupid money. Like, I just want something that I can wear and be like, okay, I like this.
How much did you pay for this?
I think I paid like $18,000, something like that.
So this one, $18,000. Okay, so for instance, this one is a Submariner. So I bought it from.
Wait. I'm gonna take a guess. How long ago did you get that?
3 years ago, almost.
3 years ago, you probably paid $10,500.
11 and a half.
11 and a half. Damn, that's close enough.
I could sell it right away for
like 15.
15, 16, 17, 18. So they don't depreciate, they appreciate.
Yeah.
You just got to wait. You have to build a relationship with the dealer.
Oh, yeah.
Once they call you celebrate, buy the stuff. And you know that this stuff is going to be appreciated.
Yeah, and also, dude, it's just a good style. Like, I like Rolexes. I just never bought them in the last 2 years because the prices went up so much. And I was like, I'll just get Omegas. You know, $6-7 for an Omega, fine. Like, let me just have my Omegas. But I don't know. I mean, also, I got this one because of tennis. So I played tennis like in college, and I was really attached to tennis and basketball too. But it's because it's called the Wimbledon. I was like, oh, like it means something to me. So I used to like tennis a lot.
So tennis is your vice as well?
Not a vice anymore. I like basketball more than tennis, but I was just better at tennis.
I got you. So, what's the problem with the gym, by the way?
Oh God. Did you see that video?
Yeah, of course.
Oh
I did my homework.
Everyone saw this video.
That's good. You got a lot of attention.
So here's the problem with it. is that after talking to so many people in my entire life, I can't tell you enough how many people come to me and they complain about their finances and they complain about where they're at.
But they're jacked.
But they're jacked. They got a fucking six pack and they spend too much time in the gym. That's the first thing. The second thing is that, dude, I don't want women or anybody to be more attracted to me because of the way that I look. I want you to like to be around me because I'm intellectual and I own the room. That's why I want you to hang out with me.
That's a myth. Because once you get jacked, I'm going to ask you, bro, your fucking biceps is like 20 inches. How did you get...
See, but that's the thing, though. It's like, I don't want women to look at me and be like, yo, like, I just want you because your physical appearance at first. Like, I want you to actually get to know me. Because I'm more than just this person on the outside. Like the whole gym thing, too, dude, is... I would rather make 10, 20K a month than be ripped and make less.
No, we're not talking about getting ripped or shredded. Just going to the gym 2 to 3 times a week for the general health.
For general health, I've been healthy my entire life without going to the gym because I just get a lot of health out of just being a leader and helping people. Like, I just get more...
You don't feel satisfaction of lifting the weights?
No, dude. I go into a gym and I just see a bunch of guys moaning.
That's true.
It's just fucking weird, dude. Like, I walk in there, I do that stupid key card shit, and I walk, and I'm just like, bro, why is everyone moaning? Like, what the fuck are we doing?
The weights are very heavy.
And it's like...
The women moan as well. Very sexy.
Yeah, I mean, that could be hot. I mean, I'm just... For me, dude, I just never got attracted to going to the gym. Like, my friends used to go, and they're like, oh, Wojo, come to the gym. Come to the gym. We're going tomorrow. I'm like, dude, fuck that. I'd rather sleep in for another hour.
But you just don't like the gym. You play tennis.
Yeah, I'd rather do shit like that because it's fun. Like, just sitting there going like this.
That's very fun.
It's so fucking boring. Like, that's all I'm doing.
It's boring for you.
I know. But, dude, like, if I was in the middle of a basketball game and there's, like, a play and there's a score and all these things, like, that I'm into. Put me in. Fuck it. Yeah, I'm down. Tennis, I'm down. It's all mental. But the gym, dude, I just get so bored sitting in one position all the time. Like, even, like sitting here, dude, like, I move my legs a lot under the table because I have so bad fucking ADD. Like, my ADD, I can't go to the gym because I'll just stand there like this, and I'm just, like, fucking looking for a TV. I'm looking for something to look at or do. Like, I'm just very, like, antsy. I'm an antsy person. I just can't sit there and do that shit.
What do you do with this? How do you battle this? How do you fight with this?
Marketing.
What do you mean?
It just feeds my psychological brain so I don't get distracted. Like, doing marketing, doing copy, building funnels keeps me centralized so that I don't go all over the fucking place.
When you go to sleep, can you fall asleep fast?
No. It takes me an hour.
Thinking? Oh, okay.
I'm thinking. So the way that I go to sleep is I'll have a glass of wine and then I, like, flip on TikTok, watch a couple of videos, and I pass the fuck out because the wine plus the screen time will make me pass out. But hell no, bro. I could never go to sleep without some type of, like, sensitivity. There's no way. Like, when I was a kid, that was a huge problem for me. Like, dude, I would stay in bed for 2 hours and fucking just toss and turn. And
You can go nuts.
Dude, my dad would go into the kitchen. We lived in a very small house. So my bed, like, was against this wall, but it was a door. And behind it was the kitchen. I lived in, like, an 800 square foot home. Fucking small. Dude, your apartment's bigger than what my house was. And, like, my dad would walk in, go there, and he would wake my ass up. And, like, I just had a very hard time sleeping. It's just so tough.
And people don't realize that the people with insomnia, that's a torture. When you can fall asleep fast, at least, like, 30 to 60 minutes, you can go nuts. And you start thinking of the worst things in your life. What's going to happen? What about the politics? What about this? What about the war? What about Ukraine, the pandemic, all that stuff? Bam, 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 bam. And you can go freaking nuts about this. That's crazy. Let's go to the marketing. Let's get back. How about this? So the question is, if there is a shitty product, but a good marketer, can you still do sales? Shitty product, I mean, not the scam, but just a shitty book. A shitty video course, a shitty
I mean, you could make anything
phone
sexy.
Case.
Yeah, you could make anything sexy with,
so
like,
it's
good
all
marketing.
about the marketing.
It's all about the marketing. It's all about the copy, the messaging, the differentiation, how you make this thing sexier than what it is.
How about copywriting and AI? Do you use AI? Or they're still not that good?
I refuse to use ChatGPT.
Bingo, my man.
I hate it. I fucking hate ChatGPT. It's making everyone stupider.
Yes.
There's no uniqueness in the copy when it's nothing unique. Like, you're telling a robot to speak for you. Like, you're just as stupid as the person who made the shit. And the funny part is that for a while, ChatGPT was free. And then they made a premium version. And now, I don't know how much money that guy's making, but God knows. But, like, dude, it's just like, you're not a good marketer if you use ChatGPT. Like, if you use ChatGPT and you call yourself a marketer, you're actually an idiot. There's just no way. And I don't use it. I write my own copy from scratch. I know what kind of methodology to use and the kind of messaging. Like emails. People go to ChatGPT, like, write me an email about this. Like, dude, they don't know your fucking product.
Yeah.
They don't know your audience. They don't know the questions that they're asking. They don't know the right infatuations. They're just fucking spitballing through an AI robot. Like, it's crazy, dude.
And it feels like once you cross that line, right? Once you try this once, that's it.
Because this fucking word automation made everybody so, like, stupid. Like, oh, I can just automate everything. Like, dude, you can't automate everything. Not everything's automated. The only thing I condone AI for is, like, Zapier and apps like that help you automate the business and systems. But not automating my marketing messaging or my fucking product knowledge. Hell no.
So let's touch on some platforms. So you've mentioned Zapier. What are the best platforms to build a website?
Best platform to me is for a website that you're not really going to run ads to. That's like a home-based website, either WordPress or Wix. But if it's a funnel, ClickFunnels or Go High Level.
Have you tried 2.0 version?
No, I haven't.
It's a piece of shit.
It probably is.
Why?
Dude,
how so?
Because
the guys in the industry for 15 years.
It's fucking newness, dude. That's all it is. They're like, oh,
it's so bad.
We've had ClickFunnels for 10 years. We're just going to fucking call it 2.0 and just roll out some stupid shit just to make people buy it. That's all newness, by the way. That's why I like Go High Level. Like, Go High Level is actually good. It does more than just funnels. It does all your text messaging, your emails, like your sales team, all your management, all your tracking. Like, dude, that is the shit that businesses need, is their reporting and analytics. ClickFunnels doesn't do that shit. You got to use outside platforms and use Zapier with ClickFunnels. But with Go High Level, I can just combine them. It's one thing. I just want it all in one fucking platform, not all over the place.
What about emails? What do you use?
I use a combination of Go High Level and Active Campaign because Go High Level has a lot of issues with deliverability. A lot of the emails from Go High Level hit the fucking promotions tab and go into spam. Active Campaign, though, when you do your DMARC and DKIM correctly, like, your emails hit primary very, very frequently. Active Campaign just a lot better for the longevity of your list.
What's the size of a list?
Mine?
Yeah.
We got about 80,000 people on my list.
80,000?
Yeah.
That's not a lot.
But about 50,000 of them are buyers.
So you just...
And just so you know, that actually is a lot. 80,000 is a lot. If most of them are buyers, yeah, that's actually...
Oh, by the way, they're U.S. only?
Yeah, they're U.S. only. Well, no. About 60,000 of them are U.S. and the other 20,000 are all international buyers from all my low-ticket products that I've sold. But, like, 80,000 is a lot because you should be making anywhere from, like, $1 to $1.50 per month per subscriber. So, like, my list will make me about maybe, like, 110-ish, 115,000 a month. Some months is, like, 90,000. Just depends. But, like, if they're buyers, the revenue is higher. Mm-hmm. If they're just free lead magnets and opt-ins, then your revenue's lower. So it's about the quality of the list, how they come into your list too, and like how they're nurtured. Like that matters too.
And what platform do you use for your video courses? Kajabi, Teachable?
I use a combination of Kajabi, and then Go High Level has one that you could just grant them access to through an automation. That's why I like Go High Level.
What about this new thing that Hormozi invested in? School? I've tried it. It's
basically a Facebook group, but turned into a community that you can now sell. And it's all housed in School, which, like, with all the credit to him, it's a great model. Like, School's cool, but, like, it's the same shit as a Facebook group.
Yeah.
It's the same shit. It's just newness, dude. That's all it is. It's like, yo, fuck Facebook, go to School.
Yeah, but Facebook is a social platform.
Yeah, and you're trying to get people off because they don't, like, the reason why School is going to do well is because School owns the data. Like, if you had a Facebook group, you don't own the data, but if someone joins your School community, you own their data because it's your fucking community. Facebook owns your shit, though. That's why marketers are running to school, because they own their data on it. Facebook doesn't own it.
How do you increase email opening percentage?
Email open rates, I mean, that's mostly derived by two things, which is like customer journey, like where is that subscriber in your sales process, and then two is just a good subject line.
Just a subject line.
I mean, also about your offer. Like, is your subject line not just like good, but it's got to hook them with a good offer? So it's like a three-piece there. It's like, is it a good subject line to grab curiosity and sell the click to get into the email? And is the offer good? Because, yeah, they might open an email that's curiosity, but like they're not going to read if the offer sucks.
Yeah.
So then it comes down to, you could have high open rates but not a lot of clicks, which means that your storytelling and the way that you enter an email sucks. Like your lead-in is trash.
When you write emails, do you use some kind of a template or just plain text?
Plain text. I don't use any pictures. Sometimes we put a picture at the top because it's like today's Instagram post. But some days we just do all plain text, because the more images you put in emails, the more chances you have of going to promo or spam.
On average, how big are the emails that you do? One page?
Yeah, about one page on like a Google Doc. If we had to give it a size differential, probably about one page on a Google Doc, yeah.
One email a day?
Yeah, one email a day.
That's a lot of content.
I don't write it. I have a guy who does it.
The guy is not named ChatGPT?
No.
Fuck
his
that
name is Sahil. So if he's listening to this, thanks, buddy.
Who do you follow from a marketing perspective? Alex, Seth Godin. Who?
Yep, Alex Ramosi.
You like the guy?
Yeah, dude, he's cool. I just think that he's like his content is starting to kind of get more broad because he's running out of ideas. He's running out of shit to say. Two would be Gary Vee. He's always been someone that I've followed for years. I mean, dude, he's just good. Like, regardless of what people say about Gary Vee, he still knows what the fuck he's doing. Three.
Gary was 10 years ago. He was a big thing. Right now, he's got, I want to say, 5 to 7 million subscribers on YouTube.
Is this water?
That's just water, plain
sure,
water.
cool.
So he's got like 5 to 7 million subscribers on YouTube, and the video gets like a few thousand views.
Yeah. I mean, but like he has all these other platforms that break. He's got 10 million on Instagram now. Like,
do you follow him?
Yeah.
He does so much content. So I
know,
unfollowed him and Grant because
it's fucking quantity though. That's the game. It's all about quantity.
Once I go into Instagram, it's either Grant or Gary.
Okay, so this is a
That's too
thing.
much.
Yeah, I know. It's too much, but dude, they're doing it for a reason, because it makes more money. Like, I'll give you some cool insight. I started doing these podcasts like 3 months ago.
You mean being a guest?
Like being a guest. I went really hard. I did a whole podcast tour. You're in the middle of it. I got another podcast literally right after this. And then I have another one in Nashville tomorrow. And then another one after that tomorrow. Another one after that. Like, I'm doing fucking over 70 podcasts. And in the last 2 months, we have made twice as much money in my business.
Just because of mentions.
Just because of mentions and fucking just traffic, dude. Like, it is all about quantity. Like, the podcast shit gave me a bigger name because I was able to get on Ryan Pineda's and Chris Crone. And then from there, dude, it just snowballed. After I got on those two, Chris Crone became my client. I got equity in the event business. And then Ryan brought me on. And then I'm building out Ryan's low ticket funnel that we just launched 2 days ago. And he's making money. And then he introduced me to Carlos Reyes and Sal. And then, you know, Justin Colby. All these guys, dude. And they're all my clients. Like, the amount of money that I've made off private clients the last 2 months is just fucking astronomical.
Ryan is rich as hell.
Huh?
Ryan is rich.
Yeah,
he's
dude.
like wealthy. People don't know that.
Yeah, dude. He's really smart. Yeah.
He's smart, good looking, and he's fucking wealthy.
Yeah.
He's young. He's 30 something only.
Yeah. And I do, like, when I'm building relationships with people like that, like,
he's a family guy. 2 kids, I want to say, right? 2 or 3 kids.
But do people like real recognizes real? Like, when we're talking, there's no arguments. There's no like, oh, that's right, that's wrong. But dude, whenever I talk to people who are broke, it's always that bullshit. Like, when you're at the top, everybody knows why you got there. So we understand each other. But if I'm talking to somebody who makes $5,000 a month, I don't even fucking understand what they're saying. And then they're just like, oh, yeah, what you're saying is just so far-fetched and I don't want to understand it because I'm broke. And then there's an argument. Like, do you like, I hope people realize that when you're talking to people who are at the same level as you, there's no arguments. You don't have beef with people who are at the same level as you. All the beef is from two sides, an idiot and someone who's at the top. And that's the way the world works. All the people who comment on my posts that say dumb shit, they're all poor.
So you said $5,000 is not a lot of money. So
definitely not.
Listen to me. So $5,000 in Lithuania, you're half a king.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about the U.S.
You, being as American, do you acknowledge how great this country is? How much money is in this country?
There's so much money in the country.
How big of an economy U.S. is?
Yeah, and people still think that they're limited. Dude, there's so much money here. Like, it's fucking hand over fist.
So I always do this example. So in Lithuania, the average salary is, I want to say, let's say around 1,000 euros, $1,000, right? In California, for instance, or in Florida, it would be like $3,000 to $4,000 minimum, right? Something like this. So in Lithuania, you have to get one average salary to buy an iPhone. But in the US, for one average salary, you can buy multiple iPhones. But Lithuanians and Americans need the iPhones, right? It's not a luxury thing. Like, how many Bugattis can you buy? Yeah, I don't need a Bugatti. But you need a fucking iPhone.
Yeah.
So you work
True.
a single month just for an iPhone? Or you get like 20% for
But
the
dude,
iPhone of your salary?
it's always the brokest people who buy the iPhone every year. Like, dude, there's people who sit outside and wait for the phone. They fucking
Not
sleep.
anymore. Not anymore.
Oh no, they fucking do. In New York
They did
City,
it for the Vision Pro.
In New York City, the Apple store, that's a shit show for 3 days before it. There's people
Still.
who fucking sleep outside for the new
Still.
iPhone. Yes, dude. Because the world's getting more fucked up than it was.
What was your first iPhone? iPhone 1, 2, 3, 4?
First?
Yeah.
I think it was the iPhone SE.
Oh, you were late. 2015, I want to say.
Yeah, because I was a Samsung person for a minute.
So I remember the times when the first iPhone that I got was iPhone 4. That was the newest at the time, right? So that was like if you had an iPhone, man, it's like, wow, how did you get the iPhone in Lithuania? That wasn't easy. It was very expensive, and that wasn't easy. Right now, everyone has a bum has an iPhone. Everyone, every place on planet Earth. iPhone is not a thing right now anymore. That's it.
Yeah.
What do you think is the thing right now? It's not a luxury car. It's not a jacked body. It's not an iPhone. It's not a MacBook. What is it? Being sane? Know who you are?
That, but I think skill sets are more important that people need to understand. Like, if you don't have skills, no one gives a fuck about who you are.
That is so true, because I was talking to a client of mine for 3 to 4 hours before our podcast, and he was saying, so he's got a problem. He doesn't earn a lot of money. And I was asking, what do you do? So he said he's a mechanic and he's a driver. So if you're a driver, you're not gonna get a lot of money. I'm sorry, but that's a hard truth.
No, fuck no, you're not. No.
That's impossible.
Yeah.
That's just impossible. You gotta do the skill sets. You gotta know some new stuff. You gotta go to IT, marketing, all that stuff if you wanna earn money, or you're gonna do business. And then a lot of people just do that. They work on regular jobs. Maybe they're earning some kind of money or decent money, but they're saying, I wanna buy a new BMW, a new Mercedes. That's not possible. That's impossible. You'll never earn a lot of money by doing that stuff.
Yeah.
Marketing. So, the best ad you've ever seen on Facebook?
Ty Lopez's here in my garage.
That was 15 years ago.
Still the best.
It's still the best.
It's still the best fucking ad anyone's ever seen. If anybody ever says otherwise, they don't know marketing. That is the best fucking ad I've seen. Hands down, the best ad.
Do you follow him on Instagram?
Yeah, but
He does very weird stuff.
yeah, he does very weird stuff now. Yeah,
He's
I
like
don't know. I mean,
But the guy is a legend.
dude, he
was on top
He is the
10 years
best
ago.
winning ad of all fucking time. Yeah.
And he's got amazing brain. So he has all the dates, all the data, all the facts. Like, what the fuck is this? The biggest scam you've ever seen?
The biggest scam I've ever seen. Oh shit.
I'm gonna tell you just an example. So there's this thing, Mind Valley. You know the Mind Valley?
Oh fuck! Don't get me started with that.
So that guy He was saying that he can teach you how to read books just by putting your hand on a book.
Yeah, that guy's a fucking idiot. You can't just read a book by putting your hand over it.
How?
That's like me saying you can get the girl you want, just fucking look at her.
Yeah.
Like, what an idiot.
But you get better chances just by...
Dude. Like, people are so fucking stupid.
And they would buy
It doesn't
that
even
stuff.
shock me anymore, though.
You put your hand on a book and you read it. With this, and he says this with a serious face. Like,
Yeah, because
I
he
can
has
teach
to be
you.
serious.
Silver
Because I
method.
guarantee you he monetized it and made a ton
Yes,
of money off it.
yes.
Of course he did. Biggest scam I've ever seen. Dude, that is a really good question.
Do you remember the pills that they were saying that help with the burning fat? Dr. Oz was
Oh, yeah.
with
yeah,
all
I
that
remember
stuff.
that, yeah.
It's like an extract of our
I'm really
plant.
trying to think. Oh, biggest scam. Affiliate marketing.
In general,
In general.
why?
I think that is the biggest scam ever.
Why
Yeah.
so?
Because you don't own anything.
Yes.
You
So you
don't-
just bring attention.
You just bring attention. You get compensation, but you don't own anything at the end of the day. Like, you don't own the business. Affiliate marketing is a way for people just to get an income. It's not a way for them to just own something and control the mechanism. They don't control shit.
They don't control the product.
No, they just have to sell what other people throw at them.
But if that's not a shitty product itself,
But they know it's good because they wouldn't have affiliates unless it was selling. But like, affiliate marketing in general is just a way for people to make 5 to 10 grand a month and be happy. But beyond that, like, I just don't see it as a... Like, we make a lot of money off affiliate marketing, but it's because I have a lot of front-end traffic. Like, we have a Go High Level partnership, and we make like $20,000 a month, $30,000 a month affiliate marketing-wise, which is sick.
yes.
But it's not my business, though. We make that as a residual because all the clients we bring in who then use our Go High Level code. That's the only premise.
Okay, what about then drop shipping, drop servicing? That's the same thing.
It's not... The only thing I will say is that with affiliate marketing and drop shipping, the biggest benefit from those two is that you're learning skills. Like, if you know how to sell shit, then you can go do your own thing. But like, the drop shipping is a means to an end until you decide to private label it and own it yourself.
If you want to do so.
If you want to do it, yeah. But it's just like it's just an income vehicle.
But
That's
if you
all
do
it is.
Amazon FBA,
That is a fucking terrible idea because you don't own anything at that point. Like, you don't even have an email list. Amazon owns all the emails. Amazon owns all the data. They can shut you down whenever they want. You're at the mercy of somebody else. I never want to run a business where I'm at the mercy of someone else pulling the plug.
so drop servicing became big because of, I want to say, Iman Gaji. So this was
Yeah.
the guy.
Yeah, Iman made it a big thing.
Do you think he's that rich?
I mean, probably.
The watch collection is sick.
I mean, dude, his watch collection is pretty insane. Yeah, it's the watch collection is like $4 million. I mean, he's got to have money. I just don't think he's making as much as everybody thinks he is. If I had to take a guess, dude, he's probably making $1.5 million a month.
A month.
Probably a month. Yeah, probably about $1.5 million a month.
That's sick.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked. Yeah, but like, dude, it's like,
If you don't do drugs or hookers, you're good.
yeah, I
You
mean,
invest money in yourself.
but
and in
Iman's
your
like,
business.
he's a good personality because
Yeah.
he's very like curious. Like, a lot of people buy from him because he has so much curiosity. Like, dude, he's a good looking dude.
He's down to earth. He's respectful.
Yeah. And it's
Loves
part
his
of
mom.
like, I think it's part of the European culture, the way he is. I think that people from the European culture are way more mature and more respectful than US people.
Oh, bro, in Europe you have old money.
Yeah.
Those are spoiled brats.
Yeah.
And those go to power. They don't do
Yeah.
just businesses. They go to power. They go to the government. They ruin big time.
Yeah.
Paid ads is one. How about organic reach? Is this still a viable thing? Because you've got a lot of followers on Instagram, right? Mm-hmm. But I've seen your live. It's like 20, 30, 50 person watching it live.
Yeah, because we just get a lot of bots.
You didn't pay for them.
No, we just get a shit ton of bots. All those like those comments that you'll see on posts where it's like, Susie helped me make $11,000 or whatever. Dude, I'm getting like attacked right now with just bot followers.
So I was attacked a few times. They were just following me. So for instance, I have a Lithuanian Instagram. It was like 20 to 30,000 followers, right? And then I got 2, 3, 4, 5 attacks with 2,000-3,000 followers, new followers from Thai. So
I mean, dude, we get that shit every week. Like, I
and you
just get
can't
a
do shit
lot.
about it.
No, you can't get it out. People are like, oh, you pay for it. Dude, you understand how much money that would be for me to pay for that many followers? Like, holy fuck, dude.
So organic reach is dead?
Oh, yeah. Unless you have a massive, like... I mean, there's always one person who comes out of nowhere every 90 days. Like, the last 90 days has been Andy Elliott. He came out of nowhere and he went fucking viral.
Yes.
Then before that was Hermosi. And then before that was... Iman. And then before that was... Fuck.
Gary?
No. Grant was big, yeah. I mean, he did blow up a lot last year. Who else fucking did really well last year? Luke Belmar blew up too.
Yeah. Justin Welch. How the last name?
Taylor Welch?
No, Justin. Brick and mortar.
Justin Waller. Yeah, he did well. Aiden Ross. Big Twitch streamer. He blew up. Like, dude, there's always one person who comes out every 90 days who blows the fuck up. There's always that one person that just goes fucking nut job. And, like, I think that it's hard for people who are coming out from zero to make a lot of money on the internet because there's just so much fucking competition and everyone's trying to make a dime and everyone's trying to sell the same person. Like, at all times, there's 5 people trying to sell the same fucking person on the same shit. So you have to have a good offer. You got to have better differentiate. You got to have a better person brand. You got to just go fucking harder than everybody else. You got to try 5 times harder than what it was 5 years ago. 5, 6 years ago, it was easier to blow up on Instagram. It was easier to get more views. Now it's fucking tough, dude. Now you throw a video up, 50 views. Fuck out of here. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And like, dude, it causes people to be more skilled. Like if you have more skills and you're making money, it means you're fucking good at what you do.
What's the next big thing that people sleep on right now?
Events.
Events? You mean in person? Physical?
I don't want to give any secrets out. But if you just take the one thing that I said, then you'll make more money. All I'm going to say right now is that if you want to sell more shit online and you don't run events, you're fucked.
Why?
Dude, just events.
They're more, the customers are more valuable?
Bro, way more valuable.
So it's...
Think about it this way. All of the biggest... Oh, I'm about to expose something. Okay. All the biggest people on the internet, what do they sell? Courses, coaching, consulting.
Yes.
But they're running events. They're selling you all the things that you should be doing so that you're distracted from the thing that they're actually doing that makes the money. No one out there that's a big name is running an ad saying, I run events and here's how I do it and I'm going to show you how to do it. No one does that. Why? Because they don't actually want you to know how to fucking make real money.
And it's easier to sell on an event. So
it is way easier to sell somebody on a higher ticket package in person than it is over the fucking phone. The events have made us stupid money. Stupid.
How big are the events? 100?
100, 150 people. And I'll pull 300 grand out of the room in 2 days.
How many?
150 people, 100 people.
And
I'll sell like 300 grand in 2 days. Dude, the events are if not the most important thing. But no one's going to go do it though.
Why?
Because they're fucking lazy, dude. No one's going to go make their own event.
So I was doing events in Lithuania 2018 to 2020 once the pandemic hit. So I was always upselling. There were 2 days events. I was always upselling the next event's tickets. I did it very good.
No, we don't do that. We just pitch them.
You just say high ticket.
We just pitch them twice a day for the 2 days.
Okay, I got you. So, Jason, the last question on my podcast is always the same. So let's have 2 assumptions with you. Assumption number 1 is the President of the United States is the most powerful human being on planet Earth. Assumption number 2 is you become one. You become the President of the US. Once you do so, Secret Service comes at you and says, hello, Mr. President, we love you. Jason, congratulations. We're the Secret Service. We know everything. We know all the answers. We got all the answers in the world, right? You ask us, we give you an honest question. What would be your first question?
What do you mean they know everything about like life
everything.
Or me? Every single thing.
They know whether the UFOs are real, who runs the world. They know everything. All the answers in the world.
I think that my first question would be, like, was it all a lie?
What?
Just life. Like, was it all a lie?
What if they told you that's a simulation? Would you be disappointed?
I'd be pretty disappointed, yeah. The second question would be, like, if they knew everything, then, like, how did I do? That would be my first question. Like, how did I do? Like, how did I do so far?
If they were told you that the life is a simulation, right? That's not real.
Mm-hmm.
Would you expose it to the public as a president?
To take the sacrifice of probably getting killed for everybody else, I'd probably do it.
Really? Do you think that would cause chaos in the world?
It would cause chaos, but like, I think humans enjoy chaos. They like having something to talk about.
Can you imagine a family of 2 person, 2 kids working two jobs for 40 hours a week for 20 years? And now the president of the U.S. says that it's all meaningless. It's all a simulation. It's like,
yeah, I mean,
I push the button, that's it. You're
that
done.
would definitely fuck with people's heads for sure.
20 years working for that fucking mortgage, for that house, for the down payment?
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's just like, it's all in relativity. Like, what would you value it at versus other people? Some people might say, oh, it was just a simulation. Thank God, because they made so many mistakes. But some people would be like really happy with what they did, and they would be mad that nothing mattered.
Are you religious?
A little bit.
So you don't believe that's a simulation? You believe in the afterlife?
I'm not. That's why I said a little bit. I'm not that deep into it. I truly don't think that I'm just gonna fucking come back. I just think that sounds ludicrous to me. I don't know. I mean, maybe I just didn't brush up on enough religious culture when I was a kid, but like, I just don't think that's realistic. I'm just playing into the game of like, why be happy about resurrecting and not just living the life now? Like, why am I so worried about being resurrected? Like,
eternal life in the paradise.
I know, but like, focus on now. Like, are you happy now?
Would you rather live in a godless society, or would you rather live in a society where God is legit? He's
God
the
is
thing.
legit. Yeah.
Do you think we live right now in the godless?
We always need somebody to ground ourselves in, either spiritually or like mentally or physically or psychologically. Like, we need some type of like bigger being to hold us accountable to things, or at least let us think twice about doing shit.
Being afraid of.
Yeah. Karma and, all that stuff.
Jason, thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the info. Thank you for the laughs. Thank you for everything. I believe we're gonna generate a few thousand new haters. That's for sure. But that was not the thing that I was expected. So before that, we were talking that we're not gonna get too controversial.
Yeah.
But I believe there's a lot of good content right here, value-wise and laugh-wise, funny-wise. Thank you for your time. Where people can find you?
They can just go on Instagram at the Jason Wojo. I'm on YouTube. I also have my new book out. You can go to officialjasonwojo.com and you can grab it for free. Just pay the shipping.
And we're gonna attack you with the emails.
Yep. If you're on Instagram, if you go to one of my pinned posts, you can see all the cities that we're going to run our Scale Your Ads events. If you're in that city, then you can come and check us out. It's completely free.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.